Early in the spring, Alexander set off. Ahead of him, the great mass of the Hindu Kush, which rises to 20,000 feet. On the other side, his enemy Bessus was waiting. There were three main passes. Bessus expected Alexander to come the direct route, and he devastated the land there to deny Alexander supplies. But Alexander never did what was expected. He chose the longer eastern route and went up the Panjshir Valley, heading for the Khawak Pass.
Travelling up the Panjshir Valley today, it's almost impossible to believe that a great army could have made its way through here. But they did. Throughout the whole of history, armies had to find a way over the Hindu Kush. And this tended to be the favourite route. Tamburlaine the Great, for example, came this way on his way from the Oxus to India in 1398. And your main problem, especially in the spring, was not the terrain, but was the cold and especially the lack of food and provisions. And as it turned out, that was exactly the problem that Alexander faced.
The local people had buried their winter supplies to foil the Macedonian foragers, so Alexander's men had to take their own food with them.
Okay, can we put the bonnet down? Yeah. Shut up, let's do that. You guys want to come and push?
Our Land Rover soon began to struggle. Alexander had been right. Wheeled vehicles can be a liability on these roads.
Handbrake off. 1, 2, 3.
The Russians also found their mechanized gear failed here against men fighting on foot and supplied by mule. Eventually, our Land Rover would go no further.
Davey, can you hear me? We've developed a very bad clonking noise suddenly. It sounds as if it could be the half shop. So we're going to pull in, okay?
And it wasn't the last of our problems.
The road is closed.
The road is closed?
Yeah, because of landslide.
And where is this? Could you ask the gentleman?
Just after 5 minutes, we will reach there.
Really? And impossible for vehicles to get through? Or?
No, it's impossible.
Only donkeys? Told you we should use donkeys on this part of the trip. How long do you think it will take a bulldozer to clear?
Bulldozer, 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yes, 1 hour. 1 hour, I'm not off hour.
Yes, but then they have to build the road again. Oh. Look, the road has gone. We were obviously here for the night, so we went back to the nearest village. What is the name of the village where we leave the cars and we start to walk up to the pass?
Khawak.
That's
Khawak. Yeah, that's Khawak.
And
Khawak village.
And Khawak is after Dasht-e Reba.
That's right.
Yeah. Alexander always used local guides. If they did well, they were rewarded. If they misled him, they were killed. Simple but effective. Is it easy to find the men with the horses? So Halil organizes the
النوم مش
horses.
خليل زوفتيني.
Khalil,
Yes.
Commandant Khalil.
Commander Khalil.
Commander Halil.
Yeah,
Oh,
Commander
right,
Khalil.
right. Great, great, great.
Oh, sorry.
Alexander the Great had a sapper corps to do this sort of stuff for him.
In fact, Alexander's sappers and engineers are one of the keys to his speed of movement. They did this kind of job for him all the way to India. We abandoned our Land Rover and took a lift on towards the foot of the pass. The track began to rise now. We passed travellers walking in long zigzags up the hillsides. It was easy to imagine the Macedonians doggedly trudging forward.
This road was actually only made up for cars a few years ago, and until that point it was really a track that only horses could use. And although Alexander's army must have been able to come along the river valley in those wide open spaces in the early part of the Panjshir, here they would have been single file. So it would have taken them hours to pass any given point. And the army must have stretched for 10 miles, who knows, maybe all the way back down the Panjshir, which explains why it took 17 days to cross.